And now we're coming to the partners that are my real partners that I work with all the time. This is Herbert Bridges. Herbert is one of our utility workers. He's one of those guys that is up in the middle of the night on stormy nights taking care of things that you'd rather not take care of yourself. Right, Herbert?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. So tell us, and you're in maintenance, so it's the gas tax that pays for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank God for the gas tax.
Oh yeah, thank God.
I know, right, okay. So what kind of work do they have you doing?
Right now, it's getting ready to do summertime.
Yeah.
Our job is to maintain the roads and to stripe the roads and put the reflectors back that was damaged during the wintertime.
Oh, they got
this winter.
scraped off?
They got scraped off by the grader, by the snowplower.
Yeah.
So we have to replace those back this summer.
And do you use paint or do you use plastic? What do you use to mark the roads?
Right now, to put the stripes in the roads, we're using paint.
Yeah.
That is supposed to dry in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Supposed to dry.
All right.
But we do have to replace it with the reflectors that glows at night. That shows you that you're doing the right thing, staying in the right lane.
Right.
So.
Okay, thanks. And I remember a couple years ago we had to close that Philip Harris Bridge because it was practically falling down. And weren't you the guy that had to be out there giving people the bad news? Yeah.
Yes, I was one of the guys out there trying to make sure it's safe for people to make it home the right direction. I think earlier that day we changed the weight limit down to 5 ton, and just before I got off, they closed it.
Yeah.
So we always running around scattered trying to get all the information, the routes ran, and to give information to people to get home safe.
Well, thank you, Herbert. You do such a good job.
Right.
And didn't I hear a rumor? Did you used to play football with Brett Favre?
Yes, I did.
Oh, boy. That's the kind of people we hire for you in Washington County. Well, we're so happy to have you here. What's your name?
Simon.
Simon. This is perfect. This is what a traffic signal looks like. Can you believe how big they are? Yeah, big. Now, if you wanted to cross the street, would you push this button for me? And let's see if it helps us. Give it a good push. Oh, look. There it is. Oh, it says we have 10, 9, 8. We better walk, Simon. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good boy. Excellent. That's how you get across the street safely. Thank you, Simon. And that's what this is all about. Families are here teaching their children how to use a crosswalk properly. I mean, what fun. So Herbert was maintenance, and that was your gas taxes. Now Dan here is capital projects, and that's your property taxes. And thanks again, citizens, for our marvelous MSTIP program in Washington County, Major Streets Transportation Improvement Program. We've been loving that for 20 years, haven't we, Dan?
Yes, it's been a very good program.
I know, very, very good. One of our proudest projects lately has been Olson Road. And did you go out there and see those daffodils blooming?
Yes, it looks nice.
It really does.
Yes.
It really, really looks good. So Olson Road's all finished, and now we're working on River Road Bridge in South Hillsborough, and we have had some amazing beams delivered. How long were those puppies?
The beams for the bridge are 180 feet long, 183 feet.
And what are they made out of?
They're concrete beams built in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
And they were transported via truck up I-5, 217 and TV Highway to get into the project.
Wow, I hope that the people didn't mind a little traffic delay then, but it's worth it, it's worth it. All right, we'll have a brand new bridge on River Road.
Brand new bridge, and it'll be real nice when it's done.
Good. Now Dan, I understand besides your regular projects, you have been given the task of shepherding this federal stimulus money that's coming in and working on those projects. So what is this federal stimulus money? How much are we getting and what are we doing with it?
The state was allotted over $300 million of the stimulus money.
Wow.
The county has a little over $6 million just for the county. And we're doing overlays, street overlays with it.
Which is paving,
Yep, paving. We're doing flashing yellow arrows, which we're trying to get all the intersections that are that can accept yellow arrows. We're going to get all the flashing yellow arrows in the county set up. We're doing school zone flashers for all of the schools in the county. And we're doing some guardrail improvements and some traffic timing improvements.
Okay, so it sounds to me like a lot of this is signal stuff and signage stuff. And doesn't that help make the best use we can of the roads we have now.
Oh, correct.
It helps the traffic flow better. Those flashing yellow arrows, have they been popular?
The flashing yellow arrows are gaining popularity. They help reduce congestions at the intersection, help make the intersections more efficient, and we're working not only in the county but with Tigard and Tualatin in setting up some of their intersections with the flashing yellows. Another
example of partnership. This is wonderful, and you can get more information on this at our website, wc-roads.com. It's a good website. You've heard from your county transportation guys. Now we have Mr. Casey Humphrey with the State Department of Transportation, and he is going to be telling us what's going on in Washington County this summer with state road projects, including your gas tax money and the stimulus money. And you also might see him in action with his wheel of safety with the kids. Casey, take it away.
Thanks, Ann. It's always nice to see you. Well, here's a map of some of the projects coming up in the next 3 years on some of the Washington County roads. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of repair work, like a slide repair. We've got a little bit of preservation work, and that really means let's get the pavement back up to really good condition so that our road will last as long as possible. These preservation projects are also a time for us to look at the striping and the signing and to make sure that people really know where they want to get off so that they don't get mixed up. You know, that's one of our main jobs.
And that's on the Sunset Highway, right?
That's on the Sunset, plenty of mix-ups there. And then we've also got some modernization projects, and these are the ones where we're actually making the road either bigger, more comfortable, or more able to handle more cars, because as you know, your county is growing fast, and so we really try to keep up with the times, even with what limited dollars we have. And then we've got a few projects down here that are safety projects. These are some pretty dangerous areas because this 219 road is sort of a back roads freeway for some people to get to work, and yet there are some pretty bad corners in here where a lot of people crash. And so a safety project for us means either smoothing out the curve or finding some other way to keep the drivers safe, even though it's a sort of a rural road setting. So those are exciting projects. And then as you can see down here, there's also some big projects on I-5 that will do more of the preservation stuff, more of the working with pavement, signs, and striping. But essentially it's just an investment so that we can keep that road system healthy.
Fabulous. And do you have any idea when the Sunset Highway will get 3 lanes further out? It goes as far as Cornell now.
You know,
is that in the works?
It's in the works. It's a little further out than 2010, so at this point we're not sure, but the planners are working for it. As you know, there's some talk about using some of the federal stimulus money for some of those sorts of bigger and better projects, but the reality is bigger and better costs lots and lots. And so it's sort of tough to just build even a mile of road is pretty expensive now.
Thank you, Casey. You do fabulous work for the state and for our county.
Always good to see you. Thanks, Ann.